Jack's return to the countryside was not only to oversee the construction of the inter-village bridge, but also a quiet mission of the heart. As he walked along the muddy road lined with overgrown grass and the scent of rain lingering in the air, his thoughts were occupied by Tien. While his official task involved checking the foundation progress, his deeper intention was to check on the foundation of someone's emotional well-being, someone who had recently been dealt a cruel hand by fate. He could still remember the call from his mother, her voice slightly hesitant, but warm, mentioning how Tien had been quiet, withdrawn, since her father, the one who raised her, had sold off all her beloved pets. It wasn't the first time Jack had heard about someone being betrayed by a person they trusted, but something about this one struck a nerve. Maybe it was the way his mother paused when she said sold everything, or how she mentioned that Tien had taken to caring for her remaining animals, as if trying to restore what little sense of safety she had left. Jack felt it not pity, but something heavier like responsibility mixed with quiet affection. As he crossed the field that led to the edge of Tien's farm, he noticed how things had fallen into disrepair. The embankments were broken. The bamboo fencing had collapsed. Weeds had overtaken much of the ground. The stone steps, he remembered, were cracked and mossy, and in the distance he could hear the faint bark of puppies and the soft rustle of grass being cut. Jack adjusted the strap of the bag slung over his shoulder, full of food and gifts his mother had packed: grapes, apples, shrimp, paste cakes. It wasn't just a visit, it was an offering. Tien was crouched near the vegetable patch, her back to him, pulling weeds and whispering something to the golden mother dog, who looked at her with trusting eyes. The sight pierced Jack with a tenderness he didn't expect. She turned surprised to see him, and her eyes softened instantly. No dramatic tears, no loud welcome, just a simple, "You're here," followed by a quiet smile. That smile, he realized, carried the weight of all the sorrow she hadn't spoken aloud. They fell into routine quickly. Jack helped push a cart of grass. Tien explained how she had been cooking porridge for the puppies to ensure the mother dog had enough milk. He listened as she spoke of simple things: the garden, the animals, the weather, and though her words were light, the heaviness in her tone couldn't be ignored. Still, she tried. That alone moved him. Jack unpacked the food. The fruits from the south were placed carefully on the kitchen counter. He washed the apples and grapes, teased her about the cake's strange shape, and insisted on cooking for her chicken boiled with herbs she picked herself. She protested lightly, but eventually relented, allowing herself to enjoy the warmth of the meal, the presence of someone who didn't demand explanations. Later, under the full moon, they sat on the steps of the small wooden house. The puppies slept nearby, curled against their mother. The garden was quiet, the world paused. Jack turned to her and said, "You know, I want you to be happy. I want you to build something beautiful here, not just survive." She didn't respond immediately. Instead, she looked at the moon, then at the soft pile of fruit beside her, and whispered, "I just want something that's mine, something I can grow and sell and maybe one day be proud of." He asked her what she needed. "Books," she said. "I want to learn how to cook better, to make cakes and maybe sell them at the market." Jack promised to buy them. He promised more than that he would help fix the embankments, replace the broken floorboards, rebuild what had been lost. She didn't ask for it, but she let him promise, and that meant something. The conversation drifted as they peeled grapes and fed scraps to the cat. Tien spoke of her father. She didn't cry. She only said, "It wasn't the betrayal that hurt the most. It was that I kept hoping I'd have a real family." Jack didn't say anything. He didn't need to. His presence was the answer. The next day, they moved with quiet rhythm. He helped fetch bricks, she made soup, they cleaned the yard. At lunch, Jack's mother called. He stepped away briefly to reassure her everything was fine. "She's smiling again," he said. "She's even planning to sell cakes." His mother chuckled. "That girl has always been stronger than you think. Just don't let her carry everything alone." In the evening, Jack brought up the idea of her coming to stay at his place, at least until the weather turned. She declined gently, saying she felt more at home on the farm now. Besides, she added, "If you're working nearby and you stop by often, it's almost the same." He nodded, pretending not to feel the way her words landed. They ended the day by bathing the dogs, laughing, when one of the puppies jumped into the water bucket. Jack promised to build a small shelter for them in the corner of the garden. "You're becoming a farmer," she teased. He grinned. "No, just someone who wants to see you do well." As night fell again, the air felt less heavy. They sat at the edge of the porch, legs swinging, the scent of steamed chicken lingering. Jack looked at her, and for the first time since arriving, he saw not just sadness in her, but light. She had not forgotten what happened, but she had started to believe again. Tien leaned her head gently against his shoulder. Neither of them said a word, and in that silence something important passed between them. Not a confession, not a decision, just the quiet understanding that whatever came next, they would face it together.